Okay.
You can only be born one time.
Right, I get that.
While y'all celebrating birthdays, 35 birthday, Donald Trump, 78 birthday, mother 78 birthday. Can't be born 78 times. You can only come out of the womb one time. And then you gonna live. And who the hell said you was a month old when you came out the womb? From my understanding, you start your month that trimester. And when you go on a doctor's appointment, they tell your wife, hey, she's 3 months pregnant. So that when an 8-month pregnant baby that was 8 months, 2 weeks old, go back to 1 day. Cause they been lying. They been lying.
I get it.
They took.
I think she's
watch
ready to go.
This. No, she not.
No? Okay.
She ready.
Just
to
ready.
go. Why?
That was a bar.
Cause they took.
I like that one.
9 months from you. And then they said 1, 2, 3, 4. Every month. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many numbers you got in your social, brother?
You got 9.
Let me just tell you, AI, what's happening right now, the things that we're blown away with, this is just the tipping point. This is just the very beginning of what AI is going to be in a matter of years. Do you understand that AI is going to take 100% of everybody's jobs in the years to come? And then what's gonna happen is they're gonna offer every single person, whether you're rich, poor, white collar, blue collar, does not matter. Let's say a $10,000 check, so that you are not homeless.
Americans are starting to see what's coming to America, and they don't like what they see. The cost of living is going up. When you go to the grocery store, you can't get a good price. Gas prices are still increasing. People can't find a job. People losing jobs because of AI. They trying to put data centers everywhere. People crashing out everywhere. And it's becoming terrifying. So in this video, let's see what Americans see and what they've been going through.
Per se. And then what's going to happen is by then we're going to have digital currency. And they are going to dictate where and when and how you can spend your money. And when that happens, there's going to be surveillance like we've never seen before, currently in progress, which is going to watch our every move. And it's going to decide whether or not we wind up in prison or we wind up under their beck and call and we're good little sheep. When I tell you we are only years away from a world that you have only seen in the movies, we are very, very close, folks. Every single American needs to wake the fuck up, open your eyes. And do you understand what our biggest weapon is? Our biggest weapon is every single person in the United States becomes an ally to each other. That we join forces, that we become so united and so close that there's nothing that can stop us. And I know there's millions and upon millions of people that understand exactly what I'm saying, and there's still going to be a few people that laugh and say I'm crazy. You guys do understand that they could only roll out so much at a time, or else there would be nothing but chaos. The entire country would collapse. So they do it in doses. And they're not even moving that fast right now, even though you and I all think that, oh my God, all these things are happening so on and so forth. We're already losing jobs, surveillance, flock cameras, everything's turning digital, money's disappearing, so on and so forth. Just wait. They're going to tell us what we can eat, when we can eat, how we can eat, where we can go. The car models are rolling out this technology where they're going to decide whether you're fit enough to start your fucking car that you pay for and drive wherever you want to go in this free land, so-called free land. Do you understand that this is all part of the bigger plan? They're going to be able to trap you because your car's not going to be able to go. They're going to be able to stop you from going anywhere, buying anything, eating food, doing something in an emergency because currency will be digital. You're not going to be able to stack cash under your mattress and use it in an emergency. Do you understand that there's going to be cameras like we've never seen before, so that if we decide to leave in an emergency and just say fuck it, we're not going to be able to, because it's going to locate and contact authorities, which will stop you and imprison you. Wake up. Everybody wake up.
Right after returning a package at the Kohl's near his Plymouth home.
Hello, sir. Can you come out to me, please?
Joel Fetter.
Is it just you and the wife?
And his wife.
Both of us? Both of us.
Were suddenly surrounded.
I was parked here. There was a car here, so I couldn't just drive away.
Even a week and a half later, he still can't believe it.
And I legitimately looked at my wife and I was like, I wasn't even speeding. Like, there's nothing I did wrong.
That certainly didn't stop things from getting tense.
Are you armed at all? No? Okay, is this your car?
It's complicated. Can I explain it?
Joel is director of content and product at thedrive.com, meaning the Land Rover he was driving wasn't his, but he was test driving it for work.
I have paperwork that I can show you that I drive this for the week.
Okay.
It's owned by Jaguar Land Rover. If you run the plates, it's owned by Jaguar Land Rover. They own it.
Little did he know Plymouth police had already run them.
The reason you have 4 cops here is because your license plate is registered as stolen license plates in our system.
Are you serious? 15 years doing this job. I've never had this. This is insane.
That's because the plates were flagged by an emerging surveillance network of flock cameras. And not just before this stop.
Hit on our license plate readers the other day, too.
Are you serious? Cameras that read my license plate now twice in the last couple of days. And it picked up and flagged it for the cops. You guys have been searching for this car. Unreal.
And it turns out the issue at the heart of the stop really wasn't real. Plymouth police released him after more than an hour, telling us today, quote, when the license plate was reported as stolen in California, it was improperly entered in the National Crime Information Center database with incomplete numbers.
Manufacturer plate for New Jersey has 2 big numbers, 2 little numbers, and 3 big letters, okay? 3410 DTM was my plate, but what got flagged was 34 DTM.
In a statement from Flock, the company wrote, we take incidents like this seriously and are looking closely at what happened. Flock's system is highly accurate and situations like this are rare. That said, an alert should be one part of an investigation, not the whole basis for a stop.
I think the issue is that a human error got amplified because this technology doesn't have enough guardrails in place. The police officers that day told me there were 4 plates, including mine, in the state of Minnesota that were hitting on 34 DTM on flock cameras. 4. Range Rover told me there's about 15 Range Rovers in the nationwide fleet that had some combination of 34XX DTM. They had to freeze the whole fleet until this whole got figured out. Because other people can get pulled over, might not have ended the same. This is the craziest story, legitimately. There are so many concerns here. I mean, I'm thankful my kids were in the car. I'm thankful the cops had the patience to listen and they didn't come in hot and angry, guns drawn. I mean, someone could have got shot, right?
Again, Joel is relieved that concern didn't become reality. But just a few weeks prior, he did a whole podcast on thedrive.com about the many privacy concerns that can arise for car owners when our local governments pay private companies like Flock for cameras that can tap into national databases and track you with AI.
All right, so what happens if you leave early at Buc-ee's? Leaving early is treated the exact same as if you call out. So I'm going to explain this the best of my ability. If you come in late no matter how late, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, 30 minutes, it's an immediate write-up. You don't get 3 tardies for 1 write-up. Every time you are late, you get a write-up. When you call out / leave early, you get 3 in a 6-month time frame, except they don't separate them. Okay, so if you call out twice and then you leave early once, that leave early is your 3rd, which means that is what's going to get you written up. So yes, you can run into situations where you are sick, you come into work, you leave early because you are sick, and then you call out, and then you leave early again, and that is enough of an attendance variation, an attendance variance, that's what we called them over there, was variances to your schedule, that you would get documented for it. So attendance is treated like there's tardies, there's absences, and then there's leave earlies, but your absences and your leave earlies are combined into one, and tardies are a completely separate matter regardless. You don't get a certain amount of tardies before you're written up. If you have 1 tardy, it's equal to 1 write-up. And then calling out and leaving early is combined into 1 as well, but you get 3 of them before you get written up.
And see, I remember when living paycheck to paycheck, that shit just used to be temporary, bruh. Now this shit is becoming normal for people even with 2 income households. The people that even got degrees is like it's useless, you know? And even the people with good jobs are barely getting by. Like, this is a depression we in, low-key, or high-key. Like, this shit don't make no sense. You need to have a good job, dual income, and, like, multiple streams. Not only just in your spouse. Both of y'all need multiple streams in order to survive in this economy right now. Like, it's to an extent to where you need help. And government assistance they ain't giving that out. Ain't no help. Ain't no stimulus and none of that. But this is sad.
But we are in a deep recession. Like, I don't know if it's being talked about on the news or not. I don't watch the news. I don't know what's going on. I just know we're in a horrible, horrible recession. You can tell by the way people are having to use these afterpay apps just for basic stuff. They have afterpay for groceries, afterpay for clothes. Like, this is horrible. It's like people aren't even getting jobs. Indeed, it's like pranking people. I'm seeing so many videos of people talking about they haven't got callbacks. They have degrees and they're having to fill out for, like, I guess regular people jobs or whatever. Like, it's bad. Not to mention we have a whole nother side of people having to flex that they work 2 or 3 jobs as if that's a good thing. That's horrible. You should not have to work over 40 hours just to afford to survive. Rent's going up. People who are paying $2,000 rent a month. Like, are you crazy? I remember, I'm only 25. And I remember at a point in my life where if I had $5...
Y'all, they are slowly but surely trying to enforce this new world order. Go! They trying to enforce this new world order. So check this out. I was just at the grocery store. And at self-checkout, they have it now to where you cannot insert cash anymore. It's only debit or credit. Alright? I just got off the phone with a friend of mine who lives in another state. Said that in that state, a lot of the restaurants are not accepting cash anymore. It's only debit or credit cards. Now, I'm not telling y'all to just get rid of cash. But what I am saying is you're probably going to have to start loading a lot of your cash onto your credit cards and protect your bank accounts. That's what you got to do. Now, what I'm also saying is y'all better start saving up y'all money because there's a lot that's going on and they're really trying to turn this into a one world order. I thought, you know, this was going to be going on like around 2030, you know, 2035 or whatever. No, it's already starting to happen now. Like, this is starting to happen now. So stock up on cash, protect your bank accounts, but I don't think cash is going to be around much longer because now I'm starting to see a lot of places not doing cash anymore, and they are now starting to turn over to only debit or credit cards. So what do y'all think? Share y'all thoughts. But yeah, times are changing and it's getting a little creepy out here.
What happens when technology keeps evolving but human beings don't? Think about it. Every year they tell us about the next big upgrade. Smarter AI, smarter phones, smarter cars, smarter technology. But let me ask you this. Have we become more patient? More disciplined? More understanding? Fuck no. We've just become more distracted. Maybe the biggest problem isn't that technology is advancing. Maybe it's that our character isn't advancing with it. We've learned how to connect the entire fucking world, but we forget how to connect with people sitting right next to us. The future doesn't just need smarter machines. It needs wiser human beings. Because no matter how advanced technology gets, the greatest upgrade you will ever fucking make is upgrading yourself.
So I've been applying to a lot of jobs lately, and you know, after you apply to so many jobs, a lot of recruiters start hitting you up. So I just got a recruiter that emailed me. Okay, they said a remote job. Okay, good. 3 months contract, bad, but okay, what's next? Wednesdays through Saturdays you work, you off Thursday and Fridays. Okay, what's the time looking like? 7:30 to 3:30 p.m. Okay, what's the pay rate? Do you know the pay rate said $9 fucking $9? Oh my gosh, y'all, we are fucked. There's no way y'all giving out jobs for $9. $9 fucking dollars.
Your customer service is dead. I just got groceries at Kroger. The girl that checked me out, I come up and I'm like, how are you? She doesn't make eye contact. She doesn't respond. She just starts scanning. Oh, she's busy. Never makes eye contact with me. She hands me the receipt talking to the girl that's bagging. So she's not like nonverbal. She's talking, just not to me, about how she hates her schedule and she's scheduled for Sunday, but she's not coming because she doesn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, whatever. It doesn't say anything, doesn't tell me the total, doesn't do anything. Like, she just, when it's done, she clicks, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll pay. So I pay, and then get ready to go. Thank you. Not a freaking word from her or the bagger, neither of which acknowledged me the entire time they checked out my $100+ order that, you know, I mean, it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of them checking. And like, are you kidding me?
The average car payment in America as of today is $767. My first car payment was $112. That's been many, many moons ago, but holy moly. Hear me all the way out. If you invested $767 a month and let it sit there, you'd be a millionaire in 30 years. Over $1 million. But I still have to have a car, Cara. Yeah, you're right. You do have to have a car, but you could buy a car that you can pay cash for today, drive it a while, trade it in, sell it for junk parts, whatever, buy another one and rinse and repeat until all of a sudden you can afford to buy a nicer car in cash. Car payments are keeping us locked in the middle class. Those huge car payments keep us from building wealth. So do you want to drive a nice car or do you want to have wealth? I can't make that call for you, and when I try, you get mad. I'm just saying it's worth considering. $767. Let me know what you think in the comments.
And at this point, it don't even matter which one you get. You might as well get new, because the used cars is the same fucking price as the new ones. I don't know what they doing now.
Has anybody been to fucking Walmart lately? No, but seriously, I'm walking around this store and the prices of stuff, absolutely outrageous. I mean, I'm just using this as an example, but these sandals right here, $28. You can get a very similar pair to this at Dollar General for like $10 or less. Or like another example, these pajamas, super freaking cute. I mean, how much would you say pajamas? They're shorts, top, whatever. $22. I mean, for real, it's getting to be like I can't even shop at Walmart anymore.
What is it with everybody trying to get something for free these days? So we did a siding job last week. Customer calls and says, hey, can you come take a look at it? I think one of the pieces you guys put up was broken. I was like, well, you know, I was on the job and did it. Nothing was broken. So I came over to stop by, and this is what I found. Piece right there is broken. Now that was not like it when we did it. Not at all. So I called him and I explained, it's like, hey, you know, that was not there when we left the job. And they're like, nope, it was. I was like, you know, it's your word against mine. But that looks like something happened after we left. And they said, well, until it's fixed, we're not going to pay for it. And I'm like, so you're going to hold a $55,000 job hostage because one piece of siding was broken? And they're like, yeah, we have a big party, a graduation party, and we just spent all this money on new siding and new finishings, and we don't want people to see that. So I guess in order to get paid, we got to come over and fix it. So people just trying to get stuff for free.
It's bad out here. I am cleaning out my condo. I'm moving, and I came up here to the gas station to put the donations in the box. There was a lady there that was actually trying to reach in the box to take stuff out. So when I got out, she said, can I have the stuff that you're about to donate? Well, of course you can. And she went on to start saying, like, I'm homeless, I'm not on drugs, I'm not this. I says, ma'am, you don't have to tell me any of that. You're welcome to all of it. It's a lot. It's a lot going on right now.
I need your help. I don't normally bash companies, but I don't know what to do. I'm literally so stuck right now with AT&T and UPS. I literally merged their calls with everyone's supervisor, and they're screaming at each other. I am not exaggerating. UPS and AT&T on the phone with me, screaming at each other, both telling me the other one's at fault. I did nothing wrong at all. I had T&T for 1 month, AT&T for 1 month. Our business could not survive with them. Their service sucked. We returned all the routers and went back to T-Mobile. I did everything I was supposed to. UPS is a hub for them. So I gave everything. I have a receipt. I sent everything in. I took pictures of the SKU numbers of everything I returned to AT&T. So they gave me a receipt that has a batch number and no tracking number. That is normal. According to UPS, they send batches of things to AT&T once they have enough items. So a normal person doesn't get a tracking number. I've been told that so many times. So it's so frustrating. So UPS, once they have a batch, it sends to AT&T. AT&T, it's been a month now, is telling me they have not received these products. So AT&T wants to charge me an astronomical amount of money for these 6 routers. So I called AT&T, was on the phone for an hour and a half with so many supervisors saying, we are not the problem. We cannot even say that this is a lost item because we need a tracking number. So I called UPS. And I was on the phone with them for an hour, crying to them. They said, we don't have a tracking number to give you because we can't see that because it's in this thing called AT&T Com. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna, I guess, call AT&T again and tell them, like, UPS said this is on you. I don't know what to do. It's not my problem. I am the customer. I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm so upset. And I'm going to get charged for it. It's not even my fault. I literally did nothing. I'm so mad. What am I supposed to do, you guys? What am I supposed to do? Please let me know.
So are we all just going to ignore how odd it is that you now need an established Wi-Fi connection to watch your own videos on your Apple devices? Like, I can open up my camera roll right now, and if I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, my videos are going to buffer. Like, I'm watching a YouTube video and I have slow internet. What the fuck?
I got a conspiracy that I got no proof for, but I think that Hollywood is making movies suck on purpose. I don't know how they benefit from movies being garbage, but somehow somebody's making money off of these movies sucking and these TV shows being horrible. Like, somebody's profiting off of this, right? Because they can't be stupid. Like, they gotta know that we don't like what they've been putting out for a long time, right? The TV shows they put out been trash, right? The movies they've been putting out been trash. Even some of the games that they're putting out, trash. Something in the entertainment industry, someone's benefiting off of making mediocre to straight garbage content. And I don't know who it is and how, but somebody's benefiting off of this. What do you mean we used to have shows like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, Power when it was still good? Snowfall. I never watched The Sopranos and The Wire, but I heard those shows were fantastic. The Walking Dead when it was still good. Like, we had compelling stories and, like, you know, good dialogue and plots and even like the set designs for these shows and movies and the costumes and the everything about it. Like, the shots were creative, the lighting was creative, the color grading had like their own distinctive color grade. But now everything's flat. There are no interesting shots. The costumes look like something from Party City. The CGI is worse than it was 20 years ago. As much as people hate on Iron Man 3, I don't think they can make an Iron Man 3 today. Iron Man 3, I liked it personally, but I don't think they can make something that good today as Iron Man 3. And Iron Man 3 is one of the most hated MCU movies. Crazy. But, like, you know what I mean? I don't think they could pull off a Civil War today. You know, like the Captain America. I don't think they could do that. Or Winter Soldier. Like, they can't. There's nothing good. That's why Obsession was so popular when it came out. Because it was finally something refreshing. There was color in the movie. There were good shots in the movie. It was new actors, a good story, good dialogue. Everything. That's why an unknown thing like Obsession blew up the way it did through word of mouth, because finally people are like, oh my gosh, this is a compelling story. Finally. That's my conspiracy theory. They're making entertainment suck on purpose for some reason, and I don't know why.
All these companies are putting out their quarterly earnings and going, our profits are down, what can we do? Our profits are down. Well, there's 3 choices, and y'all are picking the third one. Y'all have been picking the third one for decades, which is raise your prices while underpay us. You could do one of the 2 first options, though. You could lower your prices, or you could pay us more, and then suddenly your profits will go back up. This is not fucking hard. It's that simple. But y'all just want to keep making sure your profits are sky high. Eventually, the well was going to run dry. And guess what? We have finally reached it. We have finally reached that point. And y'all are sitting there going, we don't know what's wrong. We keep putting out new promotions and deals. You mean the promotions and deals that are worse than the promotion and deal that you got rid of? And then you wonder why we don't want to go? Perfect example, the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. It used to be the egg sandwich and the hash browns and the coffee. Now, it's 2 fucking wake-up wraps and a coffee. I'm sure next month it'll be 1 wake-up wrap and a coffee. And then after that, it'll just be a coffee. And they'll be going like, why aren't people buying this? Nothing is worth it anymore. You made life not worth living. Congratulations. You tapped the well dry. Did you think you were going to have record profits forever? You clearly did. I guarantee you that if all these companies went back to 2019 prices, everybody would spend their money again. Everybody would spend their money again. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to hang on to their record-breaking profits until their fucking fingers fall off. Go ahead and do it then. You ain't gonna win. You're already losing.
So at this point, you all are going to think that I'm starting to make these stories up, but I swear. Today, I had an appointment to get tires put on my son's car. He needs all 4 tires. Get to Walmart, which is the place that's going to put on these Goodyear all-season tires. And I had called a few days ago to make sure that they had them. Everything was set up. Come in today. I'm there about 30 minutes early because of who I am as a person. And thought, oh, if they have time, they'll get me in early. If not, noon's the appointment, no big deal. So I'm waiting, and they get me all checked in. I do a little shopping, and come back about 30 minutes later. and sit and wait. Like, whatever, no big deal. I'm not bothered by it. I knew I would have to wait. About an hour into this appointment, a guy calls me over to the counter and he says, hey, we don't have your tires. What do you mean? He's like, yeah, we don't have your tires. We've only got 2. I said, well, I scheduled an appointment to get 4 put on. He's like, yeah, we don't have them. Okay, question. Why did you have me here waiting for an hour for you to just now tell me that you don't have my tires? You didn't check. When I checked in for my appointment, you didn't check to see if you had the tires. And now my car is up in the air. All 4 wheels are taken off. And you're telling me you don't have the tires. Not only do you not have the tires, you don't have any tires that will fit my car. So I've sat here now for almost 2 hours and you can do nothing. Okay. I was like, just quick question. So why don't you check to see if you have the tires when someone checks in for their appointment? That's just not what we do. Okay, I'm not a genius, but it sounds like maybe the way you do things doesn't make any fucking sense. So, just full of car drama bullshit. It's absolutely asinine.
They're not banning old cars. They're banning cars they can't track. Everyone's talking about right to repair, but they're just not connecting the dots. So you have the telematics control unit, or TCU, in the vehicle. That's what's allowing the data to be recorded and sold to insurance companies. I mean, that's what got GM sued. But since then, Ford has patented the technology to read your lips, look at your eye movement, run your face through a federal database. And that's not conspiracy. You can look that up. And then that's happening while the manufacturers are lobbying Congress to keep you away from your vehicle's electronics. You have Illinois, who just passed House Bill 4948 that says if you get 2 speeding tickets in the same year, you have to install a device in your car that tracks you for up to 3 years. And then here's the kicker. If you have a car that was made before 96, you don't have the port for that device. So either get a new car or get your license suspended. So they're spying on you, keeping you from your electronics, selling your data, and making it illegal for you to drive a vehicle that they can't monitor. I'm sorry, that's not about safety. That's about control and profit. So if you want out of their grips, I highly recommend getting into a good, reliable used car and then taking care of it. All of the maintenance, like basically anything you could do to keep this car on the road and keep you out of the new car trap. Comment car and I'll send you the maintenance tracker I use to make sure I don't miss anything and I keep my car on the road.
Dollar General, this is why we decline all of your orders on DoorDash. Look at this. I'm sorry, Dollar Tree, Dollar General too. Look at this. Let me flip my camera. We can't find nothing because all of y'all stuff just sits in boxes. It's not on the shelf. We can't find it, so we decline the orders. If y'all want to get y'all money up as a company, y'all got to get your workers under fucking control. Y'all got to get the workers under control. Y'all got to hire some more people. Y'all got money. Hire some more people and get this stuff on the shelves and organized.
When I get to the end of my life and I die, this is exactly how much money is going to be left that I'm going to leave behind. Nothing. I'm going to spend everything.
People are always like, well, wouldn't you get bored if you didn't work all day? No, this is why it's so important to develop a personality and hobbies outside of work. Work should not be your life. Work should simply just be the paycheck, right? You're going there to get a paycheck and then you're clocking out. You have to have something going on for yourself outside of work. For me, I never got bored when I was unemployed. I was learning new recipes. I could cook for 3 or 4 hours. I created more content. I worked out. Like, I genuinely never got bored, and I just will never understand that.
It's like it's something new every day. We learn something new every day. Even if we don't want to, we learn it by default. Because the things that we're learning, we don't need to learn because these things are just unbelievable. Because we can't believe what's going on in this country. And once you start to see, you'll start to wake up. Because you can't unsee it once you see it. Because there's a lot of people that's not aware what's going on and they don't want to pay attention. Some people have been living under a rock. I used to be living under a rock. But I'm starting to find out a lot about America that I didn't know. People are starting to feel like everything is a lie. Americans are just giving up, losing hope each and every day. Because the life that they live in is not the life that they wanted to live. They were doing what they were told, but it's continuing to not work. So then, when they start to find out it's not working, sometimes they have to laugh to keep from crying, because this is a sad situation. Each and every way, day by day, it's getting worse. You can't even go to the grocery store in peace no more. You can't even get a good price. And then it's like they thinking of different ways just to charge you, pertaining to any fee. And that's the craziest situation I ever seen. Everything is becoming about money. That's why they take the fun away from things. You can't go nowhere without it being a fee. And then if you go park your car somewhere, you may have a parking illegally ticket. So it's like, it's always something. And people are still expecting a change. And it's still not changing. That's why it's like, how much longer can we bear this? We don't know. In the next couple of years, America is going to be more doomed than ever. And that's the sad part. And a lot of people been seeing it. They're just starting to speak out now. That's why you see a lot of crash out clips, a lot of venting clips. Because people need to hear this. People need to see this. Because we are going through tough times right now. Times is difficult. So that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel. Share it in the comments. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.